In the Swiss case, it was concluded that there is no tangible evidence. The case relies on a psychological notion that has been challenged by experts and even judges who argue that it does not hold. What is particularly notable is that my case was not dismissed overnight. It was not built over a few weeks of investigations or inquiries. This has now been ongoing for 7 years, since 2017. And after 7 years, it is clear that there is nothing to prove my guilt. Following my acquittal in the first instance in Switzerland and during the appeal, as well as the situation in France, it seems that the investigations proving my innocence have been set aside. Only the complainant's statements are being considered, leading to the conclusion that it is up to me to prove that what they are saying is false. This is the opposite of what is expected in any judicial process. In my case, I am presumed guilty and must prove my innocence. However, the law states that I am presumed innocent, and it is up to the accuser to prove their allegations. This is not just about me. Everyone must understand that this could happen to anyone. A woman could accuse you, and you would have to prove that she is lying and not telling the truth. This is justice turned on its head. It is no longer law. It is a predetermined conviction decided before the process even begins. After 7 years of investigations, inquiries, and hearings, this is where we stand. The facts are absent, and the psychological notion does not hold. The only thing being retained is what the complainant stated to the police. The irony is that even what they told the police was not deemed credible by the police themselves. In Switzerland, the police did not believe the Swiss complainant's version. In France, the criminal brigade also did not believe the accounts of the French complainants. Where is the error? Between the facts which refute my guilt and confirm my innocence, or a political interpretation aiming to compensate for the lack of legal evidence to convict a man after 7 years of investigations. What I want you to understand is that what is happening to me could happen to anyone. When the law is ignored and someone is convicted without evidence, it becomes a danger to all. The police who received the complainant's statements at the start of the case did not find them credible. This was not because the police in general do not believe complainants, but because the facts reported were implausible. The police analyzed the messages sent by the Swiss complainant and noted, "It's you who is trying to attract this man." Her accounts of the hotel and the subsequent messages do not hold up against the facts. Similarly, the French criminal brigade exposed the lies of the first complainant, whether regarding the locations or the contradictory versions of her story. She presented herself as someone without a personal or sexual life, but evidence found on her computer showed otherwise. The second complainant was also exposed for numerous lies, including false claims of confinement. The facts revealed that they were in contact with each other, despite their denials. The lies of the third complainant were also confirmed. What is important to remember is that the police did their job. And even if one might imagine that the police would be biased against me, given the media image constructed around me in France and Switzerland, they reached conclusions that were unsettling for the judges who chose to ignore them. Those who say that only 1% of rapists are convicted need to understand that this is not the issue here. Supporting an injustice in the name of justice is unacceptable. The facts show that women can lie about accusations of rape, and in this case, their own contradictions expose their lies. From the start, the police noted these inconsistencies, but the judges refused to acknowledge them. The real fight for justice and women's rights is to ensure that the guilty are held accountable and that the innocent are protected. If, in defending a cause, an innocent person is sacrificed, then that cause is already lost. It is also essential to highlight the omnipresence of money in this case. The Swiss complainant was in contact with El Fassi, a Franco-Israeli paparazzo, 8 years before the complaints were filed. At that time, she asked him how much he would pay to publish a story without any mention of rape. In France, the son of the first complainant stated that she was lying for financial reasons. The third complainant also discussed a 6-figure sum with her brother. What is troubling is that in some cases, emails show that it is the lawyers who send money to the complainants rather than the other way around. This triangular relationship between El Fassi, the lawyers, and the complainants raises serious questions. When there are no facts, when the complainants lie, and when a foreign state like the United Arab Emirates invests $8 million to discredit intellectuals and leaders, it becomes difficult to deny the existence of a trap. Call it what you will, but the trap is undeniable.